Hello, this is Linda Vetras Nichols, evolutionaryhealer.com, and I have with me the most amazing person, Fariha Masud. Welcome, Fariha.
Thank you, Linda. It's a pleasure being here.
Yes, absolutely. It's a pleasure of mine. So, Fariha, you have the most amazing story of that even just happened like recently to you. So I would love it if you would share your personal story with everybody.
Well, I would love to share my story. It's one of an amazing transformation. I started off not too long ago, about 4 years or so ago. I was a little bit different than how I look right now. I was a good 50 pounds overweight from where I am, and I was just so desperate. I was desperate to lose weight, and I walked into a Jenny Craig one day. I told them I wanted to lose weight, and the gentleman behind the counter said, "Well, how much weight do you want to lose?" And I said, 40 pounds. And I said it as a question.
All right. I love that.
Yeah, I didn't think that I could do it myself, but he said it with such assurance that, oh, yeah, we can do that. And
Nice.
Next thing you know, here I am signing up for Jenny Craig, and the program worked. But it was just the beginning. And from changing that mindset just a little bit, that, just having that one person believe in me gave me the ability to not only lose the weight, but then along the way, I found and fell in love with Zumba. And here I am, a person who, I'm not shy, but I'm not an attention seeker, and I definitely didn't like the idea of being up in front of people and dancing. Oh my God, I couldn't do that. And yet, along the way, I also found the courage to take the training, become a Zumba instructor, and then I actually managed to teach. I teach 2 nights a week, and it's been a pretty amazing transformation from where I was 4 years ago to where I am now. And I realized along the way that, there I am. And I realized along the way that what helped me change from being overweight to being a Zumba instructor who actually teaches is mindset. And that's what I want to share with others, is how those amazing transformations that we see and we all think are impossible, it's simply a matter of believing that change is possible that will get us there.
I love it. Very cool. All right. So what do you mean by stand your ground? You had something that happened to you recently where you got to really apply your mindset and stand your ground. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
Well, as I mentioned, I am a Zumba instructor, and I've been teaching for almost 2 years now. The park district where I teach, there was a brand new fitness director who came aboard, and she decided to audit all of the classes that were being offered by the park district, which is fair enough. You need to know what your gym or facility is offering in order to properly promote it. She walked into my class, and she took the class, and she promptly walked right out as soon as the class was over. And right after class, as I was closing up shop, she approached me, and as I usually do when we have new people come into the class, I'd asked her, how did it go, and how did she feel? And she said, well, she wasn't trained in Zumba, had only taken class with one other instructor, and she told me that my class didn't have enough energy, that I wasn't sexy, that she had these ideas of what Zumba should be, that there is an idea of what Zumba should be, and that I didn't meet it. And I let her know that, well, there are different instructors and we all have our different styles. And I appreciated her feedback. But I appreciated her feedback, and we parted fairly on good terms at that point. But then as her tenure progressed, there were just little slights here and there. And I just felt that, I wasn't getting the support from the fitness director that I ought to be as a fitness instructor at the facility. she wasn't supporting the program. She wasn't supporting me. And what I decided to do was, I decided to walk away from the park district.
Mhm.
It was a difficult decision.
Yes, because your class
But
absolutely loves you, right?
my class does love me. When I made the announcement that I was walking away, um, it was hard a little to hear the feedback from my class as to how much they would miss me and how much they had enjoyed the time that they had spent.
Mhm.
The reason, though, for making that decision wasn't based so much on the fitness director as much as it was on this business that I'm looking to build, which has to
Yeah.
do with mindset, which we'll
Right.
get to in a few minutes.
Right.
Um, and where I stood my ground, though, was in realizing that there are things that are important, and the help that I want to give to others with mindset, and the help that I give even my Zumba students, that came first. And what the transformation that I've gone through in the last 5 years, the difference between how I would have reacted to this fitness director 5 years ago versus right now is
Right.
5 years ago, it probably would have taken me weeks or months or maybe even years to understand where this fitness director was coming from, how she was impacting my thoughts and behavior, rather than recognizing right away um, that she isn't as well versed in Zumba as I am, that she didn't appreciate the value that I brought to my students,
Right.
and that I have worth and that I am loved. Even before my students told me, they told me more than I anticipated, but I already knew that I was well loved and well liked. And having that positive mindset helped make that shift, and getting back into balance and standing my ground, it made it a lot easier.
Right.
I recognized that my need to walk away wasn't based on the fitness director, because of her behavior. It was based on my need to reach out and help others. And in order to do that, I needed to reclaim some of my time, as
Right.
opposed to this director is all sorts of bad and nasty things, which I don't
Yeah.
feel that way about this director at all.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
I firmly believe she's coming from her own place of wanting to do her job well, um,
Yes.
and that she has the best of intentions. Our minds just don't meet at the same place, and
Mhm.
that's perfectly fine.
Yes, and you have an amazing background. You've got a law background. You have worked in customs. So, you bring so much to the table besides even mindset. Is that right?
That is correct. I am a licensed attorney as well as a licensed customs broker and a licensed Zumba instructor. Um,
What a combo.
it is. It's been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey, and because I've done these many things, I'm able to bring different facets to my coaching besides just the mindset. It's not
Right.
just the transformation that I've made in my weight, but it's also the transformation that I've made in my thinking,
Mhm.
and all these little pieces of my life come together to make a a beautiful mosaic that I'm hoping to pass on to others.
Wonderful. All right. So you're going to be talking about you are beautiful because, man, that was a hit on you when she said that. So you are beautiful, you are sexy, you are strong. All right.
We'll touch on this as we go through the slides, but there's more to being beautiful and more to being sexy than just the outside. And that, I think, is something that the fitness director forgot, that being beautiful, being sexy, being strong is an inside job, as it is with most mindset work. It's on the inside, and it's you that counts. Um,
Right.
just because somebody doesn't appreciate the outside value of you doesn't mean that you're not beautiful, that you're not sexy, that you're not strong. Um,
Mhm.
and we get sometimes a little bit too wrapped up in the outside to understand what's on the inside.
Absolutely. And she also didn't approach her job inside. She didn't check out the class and their responses to you. She didn't, you know, catch the beauty of what you were doing with those women. So let's move on to You Are Beautiful. Tell us about beauty is who you are.
Well, beauty is who you are on the inside. I think just as with this fitness director, one of the things that she did was compare me to somebody else. And that I think in beauty is also where we tend to get lost. We tend
Mm-hmm.
to compare ourselves to others and we see the outside beauty in others before we're quick enough to recognize the inside beauty that we have ourselves. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that I love about this planet, our world, the people that are in it, is that there are so many beautiful souls, and they're beautiful on the inside as well as on the outside. But if you want to see true beauty, you want to look inwards. The beautiful souls are the ones who are out there trying to build harmony. They're the ones who are trying to do what's right. They're the ones who are um, building bridges, not burning down other people's houses. You can
Ooh, I
find,
like that.
well, I mean, it's true. Think about it. You can find somebody who's aesthetically pleasing on the outside, but who is all means of nasty and not nice to others. And that beauty starts to fade. It's not because
Right.
of age or time, it's because of the behavior.
Right.
Versus somebody who might be less than aesthetically pleasing, or they have that aesthetic beauty, but they hide it by not, dolling it up and dancing it out.
Yeah.
And but they're so beautiful on the inside because they're so warm and loving and caring. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, it's how you make others feel that is your true beauty. But we lose that. We forget
Right.
that. And
When you said about the burning, I expected you to say building bridges or burning bridges, and when you said burning houses, it's like, oh man, that's like worse than burning a bridge because there's a lot of people out there who will burn a bridge, right? But
right.
burn your house. Whoa, that was potent. I love it. Okay, let's jump into you are sexy. Okay, what is sexiness? Tell us.
Well, sexiness isn't, I think when we think of sexiness, we think immediately those Victoria's Secret models that are out on the TV and, out on the runway. They're tall, they're skinny, they're in their lingerie. But that's one kind of sexiness. I won't say that it's not sexy, but the real sexiness comes from, again, it's an inside job. It's that playfulness. It's that confidence in its power, but it's understanding that you own your body, nobody else does, and you have that power within you to be a full person. Sex isn't something that societally that we're always comfortable talking about. It's something that is definitely discouraged, or it's not encouraged amongst certain members of the population.
Or age groups. My mother
Or
is very sexy and she's 80 years old.
see, that's awesome. That's wonderful. And there's no age limit to sexiness. It's part of who we are. We come from sex. We need it as we get older. It's about that, making that connection. And when you're not confident and you're not feeling powerful, you're hesitant to make those connections. But that's where the sexiness comes from.
Yeah.
It's again, it comes from the inside.
Yeah, my husband and I played a game one day and we were like, who's sexy? And we just kind of went over that. And it was so amazing, to kind of go, okay, who's sexy like to us, right? But it,
Mm,
it was still a good definition of what sexy really is. It was really a good exercise for us to go through
yeah,
together as male and female on top of it. All right, so
yeah.
confidence, that's part of sexiness. So tell us more, what gives us confidence or how do we exude confidence? Tell us more about confidence.
Well, again, inside job. Confidence is believing in yourself. It's a part of your mindset. It's you have to believe in your own power. You have to believe in your own ability to make connections, to get things done. And that's where the confidence comes from. It's easy sometimes to lose your confidence, like, again, that fitness director coming in and saying that, I'm not sexy, I'm not energetic. but you have the power yourself to decide, yes, I'm going to let this person affect me. No, I'm not going to let this affect me. There is a really good quote from Eleanor Roosevelt where she says that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And that ties very much into confidence, that no one can make you feel less confident, or no one can take away your confidence without your consent. That
Right.
When you add that confidence in, though, that adds to and that builds your sexiness, because when you have that confidence, you get that glint in your eye, you get that happiness that just makes you sexier than, you know, when you're all brooding and contempt, you know, you're contemplating, when you can
Get back, you know, things. Yeah, right. Well, and the other thing is like the whole power thing, you know. I mean, and you're a mindset coach, and I know we've
Mhm.
discussed this already. You drew that instructor in. You drew her to be the way she was, to move you forward, because it wasn't your intention to stick with to be the whole Zumba instructor for the rest of your life. You were going to be a mindset coach and have your own business. And
Correct.
so we just don't even begin to tap into our power, or mindset wise see that anything that happens around us, we drew it in. And if we drew it in, we
We did.
can change it, right?
We did.
And draw
We did.
something else in that we're choosing.
We did. And it was a choice. It was a choice to draw that fitness director in and to either let her get me down, or it was a choice to either draw her in and give me power. It was almost like a slingshot. She drew me back just a little enough to propel me
Yeah.
forward.
And she did. Yeah. We're
She,
human. I love it.
yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So you are strong. And so strong means like resilience, right? So tell us a little bit about some of that.
Well, strength, and again, just like being beautiful, being sexy, it's not what people perceive on the outside, and it's not our preconceived notions of strength. It's something that comes from the inside. Strength isn't just physical strength. It's not, you know, being able to lift 100 pounds or 1,000 pounds. And I'm not a lifter, so I don't have a number as to what's a good number to be able to lift or
I
not.
know, right? Just don't go there. Stay safe. Good mindset.
Yeah, but it's not just about being able to lift a certain amount of weight. It as much as it is about being able to stand your ground.
Resilience is really, you know, just kind of that. Well, you stayed very resilient. You, while you checked out your, you know, how you were feeling, that she did draw you back. Okay,
Mhm.
so I've lost some ground. She, you know, you lost a little bit of your own stability, and you're like,
Mhm.
wait, and you went, no. And you know, no is probably very much a part of resilience as well, right?
Correct. I
Noticing
mean,
and changing course, if you will.
right. Um, it's not just about giving into the moment. It's
Hmm.
about understanding your values and what you stand for. So strength is also being stable, and it's also being grounded. It's not constantly going here and there and making huge changes, going backwards, going forward.
Well, you know, a
And
building has its foundation. You know, foundation is so much a part of strength. The firmer the foundation, the stronger, say, a building is to weather storms or whatever. So, and noticing what keeps us individually stable. Like I can get into overwhelm and I can stay there, or I can check in and make a decision what's going to get me out of overwhelm. And okay, so what has gotten me out of overwhelm in the past? Walking, you know, just go for a walk. So it's like I'm starting to feel some sort of overwhelm. It's like it's
mhm.
time for a walk, you know.
There
It's kind
you
of like
go.
I'm cold, put on a sweater. You know, you get to be the the child and the parent all at the same time, you know. You get to be your own coach. It's very
Right,
important to have your own coach, but when the coach
right,
isn't right there 24/7, you get to be your own coach, and that
right,
really helps develop your coaching skills when you can actually coach yourself. My clients
right.
coach themselves for 7 days after a process I take them through, and research says that that is you know, like the best thing is self-coaching
Mm.
around, the mindset, because it
Hmm.
it puts in the new neural pathways, and then check in with your coach. Here's what I did for myself for my mindset. And they're like, yeah, that's great. Or, well, tweak it just a little bit and you'll get a little bit further faster. Right?
That's it. That's it exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there are things that are going to come along and they're going to shake us and they're going to want to move. Even
Yeah.
when they build buildings, they make buildings so that they have a little bit of sway and a little bit of give, and
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine. But the
Yep.
stability comes in being able to stand your ground and having that
Right.
strength.
So
It's also,
yeah, go ahead.
oh, I was going to say it's also it's also about being able to come back to center,
Yep.
and all that is a part of strength and how quickly you can come back to to center.
Yeah.
And we all have it.
Hmm.
We all
Yep.
have that strength. We just don't always realize it until we have to tap into it, just how
Right.
strong we're capable of being. It's, you see
Yep.
it again and again with people who face some of the worst situations that are even imaginable, or sometimes situations that are completely unimaginable. And
Hmm.
yet the human heart still makes us able to rebound from that and not let it completely crush us. And
Absolutely. Yep.
no end, there's no end of examples throughout the world
Right.
now and even in the past as to what
Okay.
we can survive.
Stability is about being shakeable. The fear is going to be there. It's going to start to shake us. And it is about getting back to center. I love it. That's great. Okay. Healthy. How do we do that piece and be like strong?
When we're healthy, we're strong. Or when we're strong, we're healthy. We draw from that. It's about coming back again to center, coming back to stability. I know that I get sick. I do what it takes to get back onto that healthy path again.
Mhm.
There are trees who, you'll see trees that need pruning. There are certain limbs that are dead. You cut off those limbs to bring the rest of the plant back to life. Healthy is about being strong, and strong is about being healthy as well. They're very much interconnected. When you're healthy, it lends to your strength. It makes you stronger when you're healthy. And as any good fitness program will show you, the healthier you get, the stronger you get. So you may start off and you're only able to lift, let's say, 3 pounds. But the more you practice your inner strength, the stronger you'll get. And you'll soon find that you'll be able to lift 10, 15, 20 pounds as you go.
Yeah.
It's a big part of being healthy, is a big part of being strong.
Yeah, it's like watching little kids grow. They can't do this and they can't do that, and all of a sudden they can reach the spigot in the bathroom. It's like, when did that happen? And same with
Exactly.
the strength. You just kind of, you're not noticing, and then all of a sudden, whoa, look at that muscle.
Yeah,
or or noticing like, wow, I used to be so exhausted after, doing an event or whatever, and now I'm not. So it's really
exactly.
interesting how that works. Okay, and
Exactly.
you have a wonderful gift for us. Thank you so much. Shifting your mindset, the 5 secrets to power and money. I love it. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. As I mentioned in the beginning, I went through this amazing transformation, and none of it would have been possible without shifting my mindset. It is really the secret to power and money. And for more details, check out my gift. Just simple little things that you can do to change your mindset, to make them a little bit stronger, to see your own inner beauty, and to realize just how sexy you really are. When we bring all that together, we can make amazing transformations. Not so long ago, I was one of those people who would look at those infomercials where you see these people make amazing transformations and think that's just impossible. That can't happen. It can happen, but
Yeah.
it starts with shifting your mindset. And
Right.
my little gift to you should start you just down that path to make those amazing transformations that you're looking to do.
I love it. Thank you. That's awesome. Very cool. And so just go back to your email, viewers, and under Fariha's bio and picture, you'll find the link. Click that link and go out and opt into this amazing gift. Thank you. So, what would you say to just sort of sum it all up? What kind of comes to your mind that you want to be sure to leave everybody with?
I want to leave everybody with the idea that amazing transformations are possible. I say this having gone through an amazing transformation myself. No
Yes.
matter how no matter how hard it seems, start with believing that you can. Um, even just the least little bit, even just like that gentleman who said, yeah, sure, we can help you lose 40 pounds. I ended up losing 55 pounds in the end when I
Yeah.
got done with the program. So, but if it hadn't been for that one person saying, yeah, sure, we can do this, I probably wouldn't have. So let me be that little voice that tells you, yeah, sure, we can do this. Whether it's starting a new business, whether it's weight loss, it doesn't matter what transformation you're looking to make as long as it is that you believe that you can.
Hmm. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. We'll say bye now. Bye bye, Faria. Thank you.
Bye, Linda. Thank you.